The year is 1980. In those days, outlaws were feared for one reason. They didn't just steal, they killed. Right now, we're watching a man named Perilous do exactly that. Working alongside his partner, he brutally murders 3 people and strips them of everything they own. The 2 men continue moving until they stumble upon something that stops them cold. Wooden barriers line the path ahead. Human skulls hang between the posts like warnings. Before Permies or his partner can process what they're looking at, something shoots out from the darkness. An arrow, tipped with human bone, pierces his partner straight through. Permis watches in horror as his partner dies right in front of him. Whoever, or whatever, is out there, he wants no part of it. He runs. He doesn't stop until he reaches town. Back in town, Permis quickly stashes the stolen goods, but he isn't as careful as he thinks. The sheriff's deputy spots him and reports everything to Sheriff Hang. The deputy tells Hang that Permis was hiding stolen goods. He's almost certainly an outlaw. The 2 men agree. They're bringing him in. Sheriff Hang and his deputy walk into the local bar where Permis is sitting, completely relaxed. Rather than grabbing him immediately, Hang sits down and starts asking casual questions about his work. It doesn't take long. The moment Permis starts getting nervous, Hang's suspicion turns to certainty. Permis sees the shift and bolts for the door. Hang reacts fast and fires, hitting him in the legs before he can get far. Permis crumbles to the floor, wounded. The entire bar witnessed everything. There's no hiding it now. Everyone in that room knows Permis is a criminal. Among the crowd is a man named John. Seeing Permis bleeding out on the floor, John doesn't hesitate. He heads out immediately to find a doctor. As it turns out, there's only one Dr. Samantha in the entire town. When John arrives at her home, he finds her already treating a patient, her own husband Arthur, whose leg has been badly injured. Despite the circumstances, she quickly gets Arthur's permission and follows John to the police station. When she arrives and examines Permis, the situation is worse than expected. The wound is severe. She tells them honestly that treatment could take all night, and even then, there are no guarantees. She gets to work. The scene cuts. Elsewhere, a young man is heading out to his farmhouse when he suddenly hears the thundering sound of horses approaching fast. He goes to check and freezes. The figures coming toward him don't look like ordinary men. There's something else entirely. Before he can turn and run, they're on him. They tear him apart with terrifying brutality. These people had been tracking Permis, and they weren't just outlaws or bandits. They were cannibals. Morning arrives. Sheriff Hang is at home when a man comes running to his door, breathless with panic. He explains that he found a dead body out in the fields, mutilated beyond recognition. He also went to the police station to report it, but found it completely empty. Not a single officer, not even a prisoner in the cells. That last detail hits Hang like a punch. He heads to the fields first, examines the young man's body, lying on the ground with his stomach ripped open, and then moves straight to the police station. Even more terrifying, the jail was also broken into by force. The doctor Samantha, the young deputy, and the bandit suspect were gone. While searching the area, he finds something on the floor, an arrow, the same kind used by the tribe in the woods. Hang has no idea what he's dealing with, but he knows someone who might. Before heading to the professor, Hang stops at the doctor's home to deliver devastating news to Arthur. His wife never came home last night. She vanished from the police station. Arthur's face goes white. Hang tries to keep him steady. He promises to find her and bring her back. Arthur, broken leg and all, refuses to stay behind. Hang and Arthur find the professor at the bar. Hang lays the arrow on the table. The professor examines it and goes pale. He explains everything. The arrow belongs to a cannibal tribe that lives deep in the wilderness. Anyone who enters their territory never comes back. If they've taken people from town, the entire settlement is now in danger. They'll consume their captives and then keep returning to hunt more. The threat won't stop on its own. Fear spreads through the group immediately. For Arthur, none of it matters beyond one thing. His wife is out there. He tells Hang right then that he's going with them. No discussion, no argument. The group saddles up and rides out. By nightfall, exhaustion sets in and they make camp. John, who has experience traveling in dangerous country, rigs a wire around the perimeter of their resting spot. If anything crosses it, the noise will wake them. The wire goes off once during the night, but it's just an animal, nothing more. They sleep. The next morning they ride again. Arthur's leg is getting worse. The wound is infected. Every mile is clearly costing him. Hang tells him he can stop, turn back, rest, wait. Arthur refuses to even consider it. That second night brings more trouble. 2 figures appear out of the darkness and walk toward camp. Hang raises his gun and orders them to halt. He tells them to drop any weapons. They claim they're unarmed and keep moving forward anyway. John shoots them both. Hang is furious. Those men hadn't drawn a weapon. John's answer is cold and simple. On a mission like this, they cannot afford to take chances with unknowns. When they walk over and check the bodies, John is proven right. Both men were armed, both were outlaws. If John hadn't fired first, the group wouldn't have woken up the next morning. They relax, they sleep, then it happens again. A second group of bandits moves through camp in the dark, silent as shadows, an attack on them. By the time anyone stirs, the horses are already gone, almost all of them. John's horse refuses to go. It won't leave its owner. So the bandits beat the animal savagely and ride off without it. When the group wakes and sees what's happened, the shock is immediate. John walks over to his horse and sees the damage. The animal is suffering badly, beyond saving. John shoots it himself. It's the only thing he can do. No horses. The rest of the journey is on foot. Arthur can barely walk. The infection in his leg is spreading. The others make a hard call. They leave him behind at a marked position, give him painkillers, and tell him to rest. As they push forward, they leave trail markings carved into rocks so Arthur can follow when he's able. Finally, after everything, the deaths, the robberies, the long sleepless nights, they reach the cannibal camp. But while they believed they were hidden, watching the cave from the sparse grass, the cannibals had already spotted them. A cannibal appears the moment. Hang shoots him down. The gunshot echoes through the trees and draws more of the tribe out fast. The fight is immediate and brutal. These creatures use weapons unlike anything the group has seen before, and they don't fight like men. John takes the worst of it. His injuries pile up until he can no longer stand. Hang and his partner can't carry him and keep fighting. They leave him with a gun and push deeper into the cave. John uses every last breath to protect them. Before he dies, he shoots 3 cannibals who come at him from the entrance. However, Hang and his partner did not escape. They fell into a cannibal's ambush. Dragged along the ground like prey, they were pulled toward the lair. At the foot of a cliff, the cannibals let out their strange cries. When the cries ended, 2 ropes were thrown down from the cave above. They tied up Hunt and his partner and drags them to a cell. Through the bars of the cage across from them, they spot the other prisoners from town. But there are only 2 left. Hang asks immediately, "Where is Permis?" The doctor looks at him and answers quietly. The cannibals already killed and ate him. Only she and 1 other person survived. Before anyone can form a plan, one of the cannibals blows a bone whistle. The tribe gathers. They drag a man out of the opposite cell, strip him, twist his arms back, and tear him apart in front of everyone. The group watches in stunned silence, but Hang doesn't give up hope. Arthur is still out there somewhere. The doctor asks about her husband. Hang tells her they left him on the trail. His leg was too far gone to continue. She erupts. She screams at them for abandoning him in a place like this, with people like these nearby. Hang waits for her to finish, then asks the question that matters. How many cannibals are left? She counts. 12 to 15, but 3 were already killed outside by John. That leaves about 12 inside. Hang has one thing left, a bottle of wine. Quietly, carefully, he and the others lace it with poison. Then they start arguing loudly over it, pretending to fight. The cannibals watching through the bars don't know what wine is. They assume something valuable is being fought over. They reach through the bars and take it. 3 of them drink. 3 of them drop dead. The plan works. Meanwhile, outside the cave, Arthur has been crawling through the dirt toward the cannibal stronghold for hours. While resting under a slope, when 2 cannibals spot him and charge, he shoots them both before they can reach him. He finds a bone whistle around one of their necks, the same kind used to call the tribe. He blows it. More cannibals come running out toward the sound. He shoots those too. Arthur has already cleared most of what was left outside. Inside, the cannibal leader figures out what happened with the wine. He drags Hang out of the cell in a rage and shoves the wine bottle deep into the wound in Hang's stomach as punishment. Before he can do anything worse, gunshots ring out from beyond the cave entrance. Arthur, shooting down another cannibal from outside. The rest of the tribe rushes toward the sound, leaving only 1 behind to guard the prisoners. That one cannibal plants his foot on Hang's throat. Hang grabs the ankle, twists hard, and throws him to the ground. Then he kills him. Arthur crawls into the cave. He and Hang take stock. Arthur counts how many he took down outside. Hang calculates how many are left. 3, and Hang is dying. The wound from the wine bottle is deep. He tells the others what needs to happen. They leave. He stays. He'll handle the last 3. Nobody wants to leave him, but no one has a better option. The doctor, Arthur, and the remaining survivor make their way out of the cave and push as far from it as they can. They stop when they hear it. 3 gunshots in the distance, one after another, clean and final. The last 3 cannibals are are gone. The scene inside shows Hang taking his final breaths. He took them all down, every last one, and then he was gone too. 3 survivors walked out of those woods. 3 people who refused to let their town be hunted down and devoured one by one. They lost people along the way, good people. But when they came home, the threat was finished. And that's where the story ends. That's the kind of story worth sharing. Subscribe so you never miss the next one. Comment your best part of the movie.